Time for the business news now. Stephen Carroll's here in the studio. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Belle.
And we're starting with a massive security breach at Yahoo.
Cybersecurity experts are describing this as a shocking attack on the internet firm. The breach happened in 2013 when a hacker was able to access personal details for more than 1 billion Yahoo accounts, stealing information including email addresses and security questions. This is the second record-breaking security breach reported by Yahoo this year. Catherine Viette has more.
It's the world's biggest hack. 1 billion user accounts accessed, with personal information such as names, phone numbers, email addresses, and passwords stolen, but not bank and payment data. Yahoo says the attack dates back to August 2013. It's the second massive breach announced by Yahoo in the last 3 months. Back in September, the internet giant said 500 million accounts had been accessed in 2014. It blamed the hack on those connected to a foreign government. Internet security experts say Yahoo's breaches are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to efforts to keep online data secure.
I think that this is the tip of the spear of what we're going to see. And in 2017, there will be a lot more problems with security by these cloud providers aggregating hundreds and millions of users of accounts.
The two huge security lapses are spelling trouble for Verizon's $4.8 billion proposed acquisition of Yahoo. Verizon responded in a statement.
As we've said all along, we will evaluate the situation as Yahoo continues its investigation. We will review the impact of this new development before reaching any final conclusions.
Once valued at $125 billion, the internet giant has seen its star eclipsed by the likes of Google and Facebook.
And this news is really coming at a terrible time for Yahoo and for its chief executive, Marissa Mayer, isn't it, Stephen?
I mean, it's a pretty unhappy record for any company to have 2 record-breaking cyber attacks in just 3 months. Now, this has compounded, though, a difficult period for the company in general. Revenues at Yahoo peaked in 2008. They've been falling since. They're down some 30% from that peak since then. In the last 3 months of 2015, the company lost $4.4 billion. Marissa Mayer was really hard to deal with these problems of transforming Yahoo into a modern company. She joined Yahoo in 2012 from Google. Since then, she's presided over a massive restructuring. She's cut staffing by more than 40% at the firm. The Verizon deal really was seen as being the life raft for Yahoo and its core services if that had gone through. But that deal now being in doubt could put the company's future in a very tricky position.
And we're staying in the US for now, where the Federal Reserve has announced it's raising interest rates.
It's only the second time in a decade that the Fed has raised interest rates. They're being increased by 1/4 point. America's central bank says it's planning 3 rate hikes in 2017, though, because the US economy is continuing to improve. The rate increase will affect US savers and borrowers, but there will be a knock-on effect in emerging markets who've benefited from increased investment when rates were low.
Interest rate increases from the Fed, I think, are both good news and bad news for developing countries. The good news, it's a signal that the U.S. economy is doing better, so the U.S. will import more, and that provides spillover benefits to our partners like China. On the other hand, the cost of capital is going up. China may have to raise interest rates itself to manage its currency and to deal with the financial risks that are building up in China.
Well, let's take a look at what's happening on the markets next. And it is that decision from the Federal Reserve that investors are digesting today, and in particular, its plans to increase rates by 3 times in 2017. European markets, a mixed picture at the open. Gains in Paris and Frankfurt. London just slightly in the red. Banks leading the gains there in Europe. The Fed's decision also a big factor in trading in Asia today. We had seen falls across most Asian indices earlier in trading. Shanghai and Hong Kong seeing the biggest falls. The Hang Seng there down almost 2%.
And next, some embarrassment for Uber and its testing of self-driving cars.
Regulators in California have told the company to take its autonomous cars off the road just hours after the firm began public trials in the city. The state's Department of Motor Vehicles said that Uber didn't have the required permits, the same as those that have been granted to some 20 other companies that are running tests of the technology. Now, Uber argues it doesn't need a permit because the cars are supervised by employees at all times, with the DMV saying they have to stop for now.
And finally, Stephen, Amazon has completed its first delivery by drone.
The automated aircraft delivered the package to a customer in Cambridge in the UK. The journey was around 3 kilometres long. It took 13 minutes from the moment the customer placed the order. It was an Amazon Fire tablet and a packet of popcorn, if you're interested. The delivery is a first major step forward for Amazon, which first announced that it wanted to start delivering products by drone 3 years ago, and pretty quick to get that online as well.
So might we see drone deliveries for Christmas next year?
Exactly, although they can only carry up to £5, so it has to be quite small packages. There'll be no turkey arriving by drone.
The popcorn now makes a lot more sense. I see. Stephen Carroll with the Business News, thank you very much.